Welcome back to Product X. I'm Rena. Today we're diving into a story that's sending shockwaves through the entire embodied AI space. Two-year-old startup Astribot just closed a massive Series B over 1 billion RMB, pushing their valuation past 10 billion. And get this, they dropped a new robot priced at 89,900 RMB, basically shattering the high-precision robot market wide open. Vivian, Nolan, welcome to the show. Why don't you both give our audience a quick intro?
Hey, Rena. Hey, Nolan. I'm Vivian Liu, a veteran angel investor with Pre-Angel Fund. I spend my days hunting for the next big thing in hard tech and AI, so Astrobot's deal has definitely caught my attention.
Yeah, hey everyone. I'm Nolan, formerly a top architect at a big tech company in Silicon Valley. These days, I break down cutting-edge robotics and AI systems, so when I saw what Astrobot did with cable-driven mechanics, I honestly got pretty excited.
Awesome. So let's get into it. Vivian, here's the thing that blows my mind. 89,900 RMB for a high-precision robot. We're used to seeing these things cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions. What's the capital logic behind this aggressive price point?
Honestly, Rena, when I saw that number, I dropped one line in my VC chat. The iPhone moment of embodied AI is being forcefully accelerated by extreme supply chain cost compression. Look at who backed them. Thundersoft brings intelligent operating systems and hardware software integration. Chiplet brings the semiconductor supply chain. Keta Education brings deployment scenarios in education. This isn't pure financial money. It's strategic capital, bringing real scenarios and supply chains. Now, why 89,900? In the commercial world, 100,000 RMB is a massive psychological red line. At 300K, corporate procurement requires months of approval, and the ROI barely makes sense. But dip below 90K, lower than a senior blue-collar's annual salary, and you can instantly penetrate retail, commercial services, even wealthy households. If T1 saves a business owner 1.5 headcounts, the math works. That's exactly what capital is betting on with this 10 to billion valuation.
Wait, I want to add something here. That pricing strategy only works because of what they've done on the hardware side. Traditional rigid robots use heavy reducers and motors at every joint. They're dangerous, heavy, and if they hit you, they break bones. But Astrobot's cable-driven approach, it mimics human tendons. Heavy motors stay in the torso, lightweight cables pull the arm joints. The result is ultimate interaction safety. Even at high speed, if it collides with a human, it has natural compliance like a human arm. That's huge for retail and household scenarios.
So you're saying the price cut is only possible because of the technical architecture?
Absolutely. You can't just slash prices on rigid robots and still maintain performance. The cable-driven approach is what makes that sub-90K price tag actually deliver high precision.
That makes sense. Nolan, let's dig deeper into this cable-driven tech. Every robot company out there is bragging about their rigid motor systems. What exactly makes cable-driven so special?
Right, so cable-driven transmission is physically elegant. You're on the heavy motors in the torso, using high-strength cables to pull lightweight arm and finger joints exactly like human muscles and tendons. This gives three major advantages. First, ultimate interaction safety and compliance, because there's no bulky motor at the terminal, so the inertia is tiny. Second, incredibly anthropomorphic dynamic expressiveness. T1 has 23 degrees of freedom and can do high-frequency, explosive tasks, like threading a needle or tossing a wok. That's insanely hard for traditional rigid robots. And third, the weight reduction itself enables the cost savings Vivian mentioned.
And that actually validates the commercial moat I was mentioning. This compliant, safe physical structure means T1 can genuinely enter human living spaces, run for an hour on a single charge, seamlessly switch between scenarios. That's what capital really values. Highly generalized, high-frequency operational equipment. That's the flywheel. Low hardware price. Massive deployment. Real-world data. Better AI.
Okay, let's talk about the investor lineup. Vivian, you touched on it, but I want to dig deeper. State Capital, Thundersoft, Hide Education. This is a pretty unusual mix for a robotics startup.
Yeah, it's deliberate. This is not your typical VC round where you just take money and hope it grows. Thundersoft is a giant in intelligent operating systems. They bring the software stack. Chiplet brings semiconductor muscle. Hide Education brings a massive deployment scenario in education. And local state funds, like the Liangxi Sci-Tech Innovation Fund, bring regional support. What Astribot raised isn't just capital. It's a complete ecosystem play. They're locking in supply chain partners and customers at the same time.
And from a technical standpoint, that makes perfect sense. The hardware-software integration requirement in robotics is brutal. You need the OS, the AI models, the sensors, the actuators all working in harmony. Having strategic partners like Thundersoft on board isn't just financial, it's technical infrastructure.
Nolan, let's talk about the software side. The material mentions Lumo, One, and the DuoCore fast-slow system. That sounds like it's inspired by Kahneman's thinking, fast and slow. Can you break that down?
Exactly. The DuoCore architecture mirrors the human brain system. You've got System 1, the fast system responsible for detailed muscle memory and reflexes, controlling cable drives with microsecond force balancing for real-time tasks. Then, System 2, the slow system using the Lumo, one foundation model for complex reasoning, scenario comprehension, and task decomposition. This dual-layer architecture, combined with cable-driven mechanics, means T1 can both grab objects quickly in retail scenarios and perform robust error correction when faced with unexpected interference. That's their core technical moat after raising this billion.
And that's exactly what makes this investable. The hardware is impressive, but the software layer is where the defensibility really lives. Once you have that foundation model and the dual-core system, competitors can't just copy the hardware.
One more question before we wrap the main discussion. Where does this go next? Vivian, from the capital side, what's the competitive landscape looking like?
Honestly, I think this forces everyone to rethink their pricing strategy. If Astribot can deliver at 90K, what are competitors with 300K robots supposed to do? The window for high-margin, low-volume robotics is closing fast. The question now is who can scale fastest hardware volume, software capability, real-world deployment. This is going to be a land grab for physical AI data.
Yeah, I agree. The hardware is necessary but not sufficient. The real battle is going to be at the software layer, who can collect the most real-world data, who can train the best foundation models, who can make the fast-slow system work seamlessly. That's where the next billion will be won or lost.
Okay, let's shift gears. Time for our lightning round quick-fire questions, quick answers. First one, biggest surprise in this deal?
The price. Sub-90K was way more aggressive than anyone expected.
For me, it's the cable-driven approach actually working at scale. I've seen academic prototypes, but production-ready? That's rare.
Second, biggest risk factor?
Supply chain execution. Making cable-driven systems reliable at volume is extremely hard.
Agreed. And honestly, competition. Once you show a viable path, everyone rushes in.
Third, hot take, will we see sub-50K robots within 2 years?
If Astribot keeps executing, absolutely. The cost curve is steep.
Probably, but quality matters more than price. You can always cut corners.
Fourth, favorite technical detail about T1?
The compliance? That natural tendon-like behavior is beautiful engineering.
For me, it's the shareholder structure. That's a masterclass in ecosystem building.
Last one. One word to describe Astribot's strategy.
Aggressive.
Elegant.
Love it. Now let's close. Vivian, Give us a one-sentence summary of what we discussed today.
Astribot just forced the embodied AI industry into a price war they can't ignore, betting everything on hardware-software integration to collect real-world data at scale.
Nolan?
Cable-driven mechanics aren't just a technical choice, they're the foundation for safe, mass-deployable robots that can genuinely work alongside humans.
Awesome. Well, we've broken down the commercial logic behind the Sub-90K price, the hardcore cable-driven tech, the strategic investor play, and the AI architecture powering it all. Thanks to Vivian and Nolan for the deep dive. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe and join us tomorrow for more tech frontiers. See you next time!